Hi, people. I don't know what's going on recently. Well, I do is spell work or something, but my sleep is at like weird hours. I don't have caffeine, so there's not really any reason to like stay awake. It feels like I'm being kept awake, so I'm not vulnerable when people are doing the spells. That's what it feels like. Or like I've got jet lag and I'm on a different part of the world. That's what it feels like. And I don't like that because it means that people latch onto your energy. That, yeah, I don't like that. Okay, bye. But yeah, speaking of like energy, I just wanted to come on here and say like when you're a spiritual person who's like operates at a very different frequency to the rest of society, it's very hard to live. Like, it's very dense. Trying to do day-to-day things is very difficult. Like, the other day I had to call O2 customer services, that's like the phone provider, and it took 2.5 hours. I actually asked like one of the people, like, how long should this take to fix? And they were like 20 minutes. And I was like, so why are you taking 2.5 hours of my time? It's full of like really egotistical people on minimum wage who just don't like getting to the point. Why? They think that you've got that time to waste. And like when you say I like this is a lot of time, they think that you're being rude, and I'm just like, no, it's not rude. It's actually real life that it shouldn't take this long, but it's actually really hard to live day-to-day life in such a dense place when you just are like, no. And it's basically like when you've got like a physical problem or like a physical manifestation of a problem, and trying to go to like, so like I'm trying to go to like the physical things that you would normally go to get a solution for it, but it's not then it's not going to work when the people there are spiritually bankrupt and they're just going to cause problems and losses in my life. And it's like really dangerous, and they're so spiritually bankrupt that they don't know that they're the issue. So like what do you do? You can't do anything really, because like they don't even see. Like they don't see how much of an issue they actually are. And they're only gonna see you how they're gonna see you, and you feel their energy straight away. Like you know that they're low life. You know that they're low life. And you can't say that to them obviously, but you can't trust them. Like how are you gonna heal without trust? How are you going to heal anything without trust? There's all they do is cause harm, and they don't even see it. That's the problem. They don't see the harm that they cause. They don't have any inkling, any clue, no insight. They've got no insight into themselves. So how are they going to have insight into other people and depth. There's no depth to them. Look at the superficiality at which they've looked at me. And I've got a very deep problem. Not the psychosis thing. That's the superficiality in which they've looked at me. And I've gone to them with a very deep problem that is too complex for them, and it's not sexy for them. And they're just going to just go with what they know, which is so dangerous. And yeah, I'm just like, wish I never even said anything or never even tried to get help. And that's basically, it causes a lot of isolation for people like me, because there's no help. There's no help except God. And that's the truth. There's no help. Well, I can actually, well, I'm a Reiki practitioner, but I never actually go and get Reiki from someone else, but I might go and get Reiki from someone else. Yeah. And it's annoying as well, because they're obviously very impulsive people. I'm not an impulsive person. They are. And they're doing all things in a rush. And they don't think they're making mistakes. Like, they just don't think that they're doing that. And they're putting me in very difficult, compromising position. And that could hurt me in the long run. And I just don't, like, I don't really have time for that. Like, yeah, they're just very compulsive people, very sure of themselves as well, like very sure of themselves in their compulsive nature and their superficiality. And yeah, look, there's no wind whatsoever. The trees are very still, and there's very close aircraft noise above my head. Doing what? No wind. Not even one twig is moving. Not even one leaf or anything is moving. Like, everything is very calm, very still. Why are they just so disruptive? Like, but when, yeah, it's people's egos that are just threatened. Like, they're threatened by what they don't understand, and they don't realize that it's them. Do you know what I mean? They don't realize that it's them that is the problem. And like, all these helpers, they're not helpers. They're not helpers at all. They're not helpers. Like, now I see why I just haven't accessed health services for a long time. It's problematic. It's not even, they just want me to stay in a narrative that's nothing to do with me. It's not me at all. Like, they think I'm stupid. They're treating me like I'm stupid. They're treating me like I don't understand. Like, even the doctor yesterday, she was like she was the most good listener of all of them, but she was still saying things like, oh, well, it's good that you're saying that, and it's good that you're saying this. And it's just like, and she was saying, oh, well, you have to go to the police because it will make you look better. Like, it will corroborate what you're saying. But I don't want to go to the police when I've not got everything, like, in order, just because it will corroborate what I'm saying and it will make me look better. No, not at all. You don't do that. You don't take like a legal case to court when it's like not fully formed. You don't do that. And also, I don't think they're fully grasping that it's the state. Like, the police is the state, and it's the state that's hacking me. Like, it's if it's not the state, they have permission from the state, because you have to. You can't fly drones like that without state permission. You have to get permission from the Home Office, because they're military drones. They're very noisy and intrusive. Like, you can't just fly them in areas that it's not permitted. And they're obviously got no clue about that, because they're thinking that everything's just in my head. But yeah, I've been waking up and going to sleep at very strange times, and is very disruptive. And it's annoying. Like, people just need to get their own lives and stop doing spell work on people that are just minding their own business and just trying to make their own life. Like, stop it. Like, it's weird. It's surveying someone who doesn't want anything to do with you, doesn't know who you are, doesn't give two shits what you're doing, not in the slightest, doesn't give two shits. The only reason why I would give a shit is because you're impacting on my day-to-day. Other than that, like, if you're minding your business, no problem. The only reason why I give a shit is because you're breaching my boundaries and invading my space, and think that I'm a doormat and that I'm just supposed to roll over, lie down and accept it. No, that's not normal. That's not normal. Yeah, and like, people like just expect you to just go along with what lowly things that they have in store for you, when I've got very good foresight, very good insight, and I can read them better than they can. I can read the situation and I can read them way better than they actually give me credit for. And it's just, all that's going to happen is, if I go down the paths that they intend for me, all that is going to cause is disaster and losses. And that's what they're going to see. I've warned them about legal action as well, several times, for slander. Because they're not willing to accept that it's the limitation of their understanding. It's the limitation of their... You can't treat people or situations that you've never seen before or that you don't understand with such hostility, such stupidity and ignorance, and at the same time treat it as if you're the right one and expect it to be good outcomes. They don't want good. They don't care about good outcomes. They don't even think about good outcomes. Like, if you put shit in, you get shit out, and it's very easy, very simple science. Like, it doesn't even take a 5-year-old to understand that. And they've got no clue about the outcomes that they're making, doing what they're doing, just moving along impulsively, ignorantly. And what disaster they bring to people's lives. They just bring disaster, and they expect ultimate trust from the get-go. Sorry, but too much has happened to me to cause problems in my life at the hands of other people and trusting the wrong people for me to ever do that again. And they want me to, like, not trust myself and not... No. When it's obviously not a normal situation. It's not a normal thing. Like, it's not normal to be stalked. It's not normal to be targeted. It's not normal to be blocked by all of these weirdos who haven't got a real job and haven't got anything better to do and don't want me to have a job, don't want me to have an income, don't want me to have a normal life and, you know, have a situation where I will have friends and do all the things that I love to do. Like, that's not normal. That's not normal to be targeted in that way. And they should just be grateful that they're not experiencing that. End of story. They should just be grateful that people don't have that kind of interest in them. Well, it's very obvious why they don't, to be honest. It's very obvious. Like, the devil doesn't pay attention to people that are already living in devil life. Like, the devil doesn't try and disrupt devil life. The devil tries to disrupt the people that aren't in devil life, and that situation is just literally like, it feels like it's like a clingy hooks that just trying to drag me backwards. Like, I wrote about it and posted on Instagram like the other day, and it's basic. Like, I'm not an addict, and I've never been addicted to anything. Like, if I'm addicted to anything, it's love, because I feel like I'm in the world to be an embodiment of love and spread love, like real love, which is God. Like, you know, what God is, and knowing God actually means. That's what I think. That's what, if anything, if I'm addicted to anything, it's that. But it's not really addiction. It's not really connection. It's knowing, and it's a truth. And if truth looks like addiction to other people, that's them. It's not me. But I've not got an addictive personality. I've never really been addicted to anything. I'm just a pursuer of knowledge and a pursuer of, like, a seeker of truth. And that's something that's always been in me. It's always never going to go away. I'm a seeker of justice as well. Like, I'm walking justice for a lot of people, and they don't realise. And that, like, but they are just slowly addicts. They're addicted to their habits and their impulsivity and all of the things that are distorted and disorderly about their minds. I don't have a disorderly mind. If there's anything disorderly in my life, it's always something, like, it's something external to me, because I know that in myself I do a lot for my own care. So if I can't figure out what it is, like, if it takes me a long time to figure out what it is, from now on I'm not going to go to earthly things to get it fixed. It must be spell work, or it must be something non-physical, because of the oddity and the weirdness that I've experienced to try and get help, you know. And it is like an addict that is in a cycle, and I'm not in their cycles. Like, I'm not in their cycles, and I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it, because it's kind of paradoxical. Yeah, it's kind of paradoxical, because they want you to, like, appreciate the process and stuff like that, which I normally do. I am an appreciate the process kind of person, especially with my art. I haven't got any outcomes really for my art, because I've been blocked. I've had all these blockages for years. I'm making no money. I'm still doing it. I'm going to continue to do it until I die. I've been doing it since I was a kid. So, like, I do, it's not like I don't appreciate processes, but it's like, when you know that their processes are harmful, I know to avoid it. Like, I'm not a stupid person. Like, stupid people go down destructive and harmful paths. And that's what addicts do. They go down destructive and harmful paths. And they want me to get drawn into like their addictive cycles. That I can see that's what they are. And and it's like my body's like, no. And I've gone to them because I've got this, it must be spell work now. Like, I just don't know why it's not gone. I don't know why it's not gone. But yeah, there's just there's this tension and pain in my body that just won't go. It just won't go. And I don't know what to do. Like, I literally don't know what to do about it. Yeah. But yeah, so like, I've gone to get a specific thing, and it's just all gone horribly wrong. It's all gone horribly wrong. You can't just go and get like a specific answer to a specific thing. You have to go down the unwieldy path and make mistakes that they want you to make, that you can see that it's just not going to end well. And no, that's not really the way. That's not the way. Whereas just being yourself and living your path and walking the unknown that way, but in a good way, that's like frowned upon, that's blocked, that's ostracized, demonized. And that's like, but being a trailblazer, basically. Like, just being something that they've never seen before, or doing something that they've never seen before. That's just looked at as weird, but their addictive behaviour and their addictive systems and addictive cycles that cause harm and perpetuate abuse, and it's awful. It's awful. It's like walking through treacle, and I know that something's bad for me if it causes me distress, if it causes me anxiety, and if it feels like walking through treacle. If it doesn't feel effortless to actually do the thing, then it's not good for me. And that's literally what hell feels like. That's literally hell. That's when you know that the people around you are demonic. What they're trying to do to you is demonic, and and it's like my internal system is like sounding the alarm. And because I'm so stoic, it doesn't look like that's what's happening to them, like from the outside. But on the inside, it's just like, how to get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. And yeah, like, I even said to the doctor, like, yesterday, I am actually like quite a stoic person. And she had like a confused face. I am a stoic person. And I was like, yeah, I'm like a bit like a monk, really. She's like, what's that? I was like, a monk, like a Zen person. And she looked like confused as well, and like didn't say anything. And I don't think people realise that I just spend a lot of time in my own company just writing and drawing. Mainly because that's the kinds of things that's on offer, really. Like, if people want to spend time with me, they should just should have better offerings. And people don't spend time, unfortunately, to build their character. Like, I was actually saying that it's just like being thrown to the wolves with loads of gossips. And that's basically what they are. They're gossips. And I've ditched a lot of gossips in my life. Like, It's just gossips. Like, then how do they, like, people that I was friends with for years and years and years, I've left them behind because they never supported me. All they did was gossip about me between themselves. And that's all they wanted to see about me. And this is exactly the same situation, but with strangers. So if I have left behind people that were hurtful and harmful to me because all they chose to do with their time when it came to me was not be a real friend, it was just be a gossip, or not be a real family member, it would just be a gossip. How do these services, people in these services, just expect like you to trust them? And like, it's just weird to me. Like, it's just weird. And then people wonder how you end up being like alone and like your own best friend. It's just so weird to me. It's really weird. And they don't build their character beyond being a gossip and still just act all confused like I'm the problem. And they wonder, they think that I'm the strange one and I'm bizarre. And I'm not. I'm very level-headed and down to earth, and they just don't deserve to be in my presence, and that's end of story. And that's end of story. It's not arrogant to say that. It's the actual truth. But they don't give me any credit for the kind of person that I am. They just want to see what they see. And they don't want to accept that I'm seeing them for what they are. And because at the end, then it becomes a like them and us kind of situation. Because they're making me live a reality where I'm just constantly going, that's not me, though. That's not me. That's not me. And they're trying to force me to believe that there's things going on in my head when they're the ones with things going on in their head trying to force a narrative on me. That's not me. And then forcing a situation where I'm just going, well, that's not me. That's not me. That's not me. That's not good for anyone. That's not good. That's not going to work out. That's not how I'm supposed to live my days. And and they're stupid. Like, they're just expecting me to like entertain stupid situations for a prolonged period of time, and it's not going to work. And at the end of the day, that's the situation. They're trying to disturb my peace. They've got no clue about how disruptive and dark and harmful they actually are. And yeah, and like the fact that they were trying to say that I'm an overthinker. If I was overthinking, yeah, I would have not opened my mouth in the first place about the phone line. That literally just came out of my mouth naturally. And I didn't know that it was going to cause all of hell. Literally no idea that it was going to cause all of hell. And it just goes to show how much projection there is in Earth and how far I've come. Because I used to internalize all of that, and people don't appreciate actually what my journey's been and how long I've been on this trauma recovery process to undo what's been done to me, unlearn all of the ways that people wanted me to be that wasn't actually me, shed all the layers that weren't me, like unload all the trauma. But you keep, like, even if you do that and you do shed loads of trauma and you do learn, you still get new trauma. So like the bike accident, I'd already done quite a lot of trauma healing and stuff up to that point. And that's new trauma. That's a new trauma from this life. It's not from another life or anything like that. It's from this life that I'm coming to learn is probably spell work, because there's no other reasonable explanation for it. I've been very good at healing injuries in the past, and it's either got to do with the fact that after I had that one vaccine injection, my body changed a lot, and it's done. It caused me to have the worst flu I've ever had. Because I've had a history of asthma, which I don't have anymore. But I used to have it. And so I used to get bronchitis a lot, and I've had the flu 3 times, which is quite a lot of times to have in your life at someone my age. But never has it been as bad as that time when I had it at the end of 2021. Never. It wasn't COVID, because I've had COVID as well. I had COVID before the first lockdown. So like before everything really kicked off, I had it in the February of 2020. And that wasn't as bad as either any of the times I've had flu. So I've had flu 3 times in my life. And that COVID episode was literally not even scratching the surface of how bad it is to have flu. But that flu that I had in 2020, at the end of 2021, was horrible. Really, really horrible. And it left me with chronic fatigue, which I still have like relapses of every now and again. But I think that's just mainly caused because of the blockages of all of these outside attempts to just block me from living a normal life. Like, how do people expect you to live without any income for a year? Like, not even nothing. No real help for it. It's just not normal. Like, it's not normal. And like, how would they, like, these people in these services, like, how would they live if they didn't have an income for a year? Like, how? They need to just start thinking in real terms, like in reality, and about the real situation and what actually causes problems. Like, how? Do I look like someone who's got psychosis, even with all of that stress and pressure? Like, look with your eyes and your heart. They've not got open hearts. How would they live? How would they live with such instability in their life caused at the hands of other people? How would their families be? How? They're just really not normal in the head. They're not normal. How would they survive? How would they survive going down the paths of destruction and harm that they want for me at their own hands? How? And like, it's really, really disturbing. Like, it's disturbing. Because at the end of the day, I need money. You need money on earth. Like, it's a human right to have a job. It's a human right to work. It's part of your nature to work. Like, it's part of, intrinsically, as a human, we are here to work. And when we don't work, it's like our humanity is lost. That's a part of our humanity that's lost. And they've been blocking me from just doing a very natural and normal thing. They don't want me to prosper. They don't want me to be normal. They don't want me to be who I actually am. And that's the truth. And they'll never understand what it's like for a group of people to have those wishes for you and to have those intentions for you and to want to cause that harm in your life. Like, they want you to only be on destructive paths. They want you to only have harm and trauma and nothing good. Like, there is people that have that intent for you, and they do spell work on you. They do take action to cause harm in your life, and it is a very real thing. And you need, like, I've been on a long path to be able to discern what's me and what's the outside. And it's definitely all the outside. Definitely. But it does impact me from the fatigue side and from and not being able to train and things like that. And that's what I want to undo and fix. And I don't really know how. Like, I just don't know how. Yeah. Anyway, this video is like quite long for what I wanted it to be. I hope you're all well and that, and yeah, see you in the next video. I really thought yesterday's video was the last one on this, but no, because weird things are happening with my sleep that just need to stop. Just get your own life. Get your own life. Stop causing problems in someone else's. Stop obsessing about people you don't even know. I literally have 0 people in my life. 0. There's not one physical person in my physical reality every day. Those people in the doctor's surgery are the people that I encountered in the physical reality for quite a few days. There's no one rings me. The only people that try to get in touch with me is the prostitute people and the people that try to add me to weird WhatsApp groups or try to invade WhatsApp groups that I'm in. That's it. That's all. Like, they're the only people that want to get in touch with me. It's just weird people, scammers, like people always ringing me about life insurance. So that just goes to show the extent of like what people want to do is they want to get fake life insurance on you. No, bro, like I literally have no actual people in my life because I don't have my family in my life. I don't have any friends because they weren't real. Like they weren't actually there. They're just an energy drain. So you have to just and all energy drains get ended because that's what they are, and they don't realize that that's what they are. They don't realize that they were just gossips and energy drains, and they didn't bring anything good. And I just haven't actually had the opportunity to make the good relationships in my life again. You know, to like actually not be around abusive people. In physical reality, there's not really anyone in my life, in my days, or anything like that. So the next step is to like get a pet, really. And I've never really had a pet of my own. I'm very good with animals, but I've never really had a pet of my own. And I never really thought it would be a thing that I would do as well. Because there was always a bit of me about not agreeing with pets, but I agree. I think they provide spiritual protection. Like, I definitely think they provide spiritual protection. And that's what, like, a dog would do for me. Anyway, on that note, it's the end of the video. And see you in the next one. Please support my channel by liking and subscribing, and comment below if anything resonates with you, or just comment below and help just give my video a bit more traction. And I've got my PayPal for anyone who wants to donate. It's in the about section. And I've still got my fundraiser open for my LP. That's also in the about section. But I'm actually going to go back on all my videos and add it as the first comment. Yeah. Yeah. It's very weird to be in this position. Like, I'm a go-getter and I have goals and I achieve them, and to not have that, it's like a real big part of me is missing. It's very weird. It's very weird. It's not me. It's not my life. It's just unrecognizable to me. Anyway, see you later.